Is right now, today, a good time to invest in real estate here in Naples, Florida? In this video, we're gonna talk about it. And this is not going to be the type of video where it's like, absolutely, you should always invest. That is not what this is about. We're actually going to go over some areas that might be a good idea, some areas that may not be a good idea as far as places to invest money in real estate here in 2024. So as we all know, the real estate market went a little crazy after COVID. And right now we're dealing with some of those effects. And one of those major effects is that we have seen prices increase about 100% in Naples as far as median price across the board from 2020 to where we are today in 2024. And so what goes up must come down, correct? Well, not necessarily. And I want to talk through some of these things. I want to talk through what's going on with interest rates, what's going on with insurance, and what types of properties might be a good idea for investment here today. So people come here for lots of different reasons. We have the sunshine, we have the beaches, we have the lower taxes, amazing weather that's in the winter months. There's just a lot of different reasons why people find their way to Southwest Florida. Is that going to change? I really don't think that's going to change. Are there things that scare people away? Sure. Hurricanes, that's one thing that scares people away, but a lot of the people who are down here are only seasonal, and so they're not here in the summer months, which is our hurricane season. So when it comes to investing in real estate, there's a lot of different factors that go into play to decide if it's a good move for you or not. Now, one of the biggest components that we've been dealing with is interest rates. And I want to take a moment to talk about this because we know interest rates, really it was about 2022 is when interest rates started coming off that 3% range. And now we're, up into the high 6s, 7 range. And that's really for primary. And if you're looking at investment property, you need a loan, the rates can be even higher than that. And so in this interest rate world, if you're looking to cash flow the property, let's say that you're looking to get a renter in there and you want the renter to cover your mortgage payments, your taxes, your insurance, and any other costs that you have. And oh, by the way, you'd still like to make a profit. Interest rates have really carved into the profitability of being able to do that. And so what I'm finding and what I'm seeing out there a lot is the people who are investing significant sums of money here in Naples tend to not be the one-off investor who, is willing to put 20 to 25% down. They need to get a 75% loan on the property because the numbers are just really challenging in today's market to be able to make work based on those interest rates. The people who are doing significant investing are actually paying cash. Why are they doing that? Because they believe in the long-term appreciation. We see a lot of the commercial developments that are coming into the area, and it's just showing us what everybody believes is going to continue to happen with the population surge here in Naples. And so if you're reliant upon getting a loan, speak with the lender. We've got ways to negotiate, but I will be the first to tell you that can be a challenging position to be in given the interest rates today versus what you can get in rent if the idea here is that you're going to cash flow the property. So then we're going to move over to insurance. Insurance has been a little bit of a pain for everybody here in Florida too, and that's an issue that we're running into in a lot of circumstances, especially when it comes to condominiums. And let me talk about that for a minute. This is an area that I will not recommend is a good idea to necessarily invest in, and that is older condominiums because there's so many new restrictions based on the condo collapse that happened on the east coast of Florida that are coming into play. They have to do so many additional tests on the structures, engineers getting involved. They have to retrofit some of the buildings, and what ends up happening is the insurance is very high for anything that is near the beach and older. And also on top of that, the cost to do any remediation to get these buildings up to the newer codes is very very significant, and what they're doing is they're assessing a lot of the homeowners to be able to pay for these condo, the condo remediation that needs to be done, and all of the research and studies that have to be done on those particular buildings. And so what does that do? A, you get an assessment. B, that also has the potential to increase your condominium fees, your association fees, which as an investor is no bueno. We don't want them to take more fees. We want the income. We don't want all of the fees. And so I would recommend right now that we stay away from any of the older condominiums because it's just not a great idea. Now, where are people investing money? Well, here's the deal. What has happened and what's continuing to happen is that people are looking for land. People want more space. Now, we know there's only so much beachfront in Naples, and really all of that is spoken for unless you're going to spend, multi-millions of dollars, tear something down. I mean, we had somebody a few years ago, they spent $48.4 million on a waterfront home just to wipe it off the face of the planet and build a brand new construction home there. If you don't have that kind of cash, well, then beachfront may not be a really great option. But with the people who are looking for land, we have several pockets, several areas where there are still some available land. There is still some available land for us to be able to purchase and have that as a longer term investment. I wouldn't look at this as a, hey, let's try to flip this property, let's flip this land and turn this into, within a couple of months to a bigger transaction. It's just not really the case. Land is more of a long-term play in general because there's only so much land that can be developed. Now, with that being said, of the remaining land that we have to develop, we also need to be aware of uplands versus wetlands, because if we have wetlands on the land, it can restrict a lot of the things that you can do with the land when it comes to building. So as with any of this typical advice that we're giving, you're going to want to make sure to talk with either somebody like myself or my team here at Gulf Point Properties, or another real estate professional who can help guide you in the right direction when it comes to looking at land purchases. Now, the other thing that I'm going to say about investing today in Naples is that there are two really great sources of potential deals that are out there. So if you are on the market to find something that's a fixer-upper, the inventory has grown in our MLS. So we have more properties available, and the days on market to sell has grown as well. And so there we are starting to see some really good opportunities where something's been on the market for a while. We have a motivated seller who wants to get rid of the property, but they haven't found that buyer yet. There's a really good opportunity for negotiation. Now, it's great because that didn't happen back in 2021, 2022, but today we can do a lot more negotiating. Those are on-market deals. Now, we also have access to some off-market deals. So we've got a network of wholesalers who provide us deals all of the time with off-market properties. And we also have our own internal list of people who we've spoken to who said, hey, if somebody came along, I'd be interested in selling, but I don't want to put my home on the market right now. Now, those tend to be a really good opportunity because you're not competing against other buyers for those particular properties. And as long as there's flexible terms, that could be something that really works well on the seller side. So we're starting to see some really great deals around that. And people want right now more than anything, they want something that is nice. So if you are a flipper, if you like to buy and rehab and remodel, this is a really good market to do it in because we're starting to see some motivated sellers. We're starting to see some opportunities there where the buyers are really programmed that new construction is the way, that they want something nice and new. And if you can provide them something that is nice and new, that they don't have to do the work, they're going to have a lot more faith in moving forward with that particular deal. So that can be a really good option as well. Now, there are some other commercial and industrial opportunities that are out there. Any of those, you're going to want to reach out to me directly so that we can start that conversation. But you tell me, what are you seeing in the market? Do you think that it's a good time to invest, or do you think that it's a bad time to invest? Say that in the comments below. And as always, thank you so much for watching. Please do me a favor, like the video and subscribe to the channel. It really helps inspire me to make more videos like this for you. Have a blessed day, and we'll talk soon. Thanks.